47's adding a YMCA wiggle and a Johnny Carson golf swing to his little boogie. There he is celebrating at the Fox Nation Patriot Awards last night on Long Island after winning Patriot of the Year. But how does Melania feel about the dance?
This is very special and unique dance.
It is, right?
And I think a lot of people are copying it and everybody have fun with it.
Yeah.
Which part? Is this how you dance?
No.
Meanwhile, Biden left all his dance moves in Africa. He was back in D.C. to light the Christmas tree after his little safari. And let's just say he wasn't having a great hair day. Someone left his mousse on Air Force One. And while Trump was getting awards, Biden got named the worst president in modern history. This is a poll from the Daily Mail. Biden went from being on Mount Rushmore to being worse than Jimmy Carter. There's a lot that ails the big guy, but right now he's come down with a wicked case of senioritis. Trump's going to Notre Dame tomorrow. He's going to do the coin toss at the Army-Navy game next week, and he's meeting with prime ministers. If Biden is unhappy about being upstaged, he hasn't offered any hints, is what people close to Biden are saying. The consensus in D.C. is that Trump is already basically running things. Trump even called Biden last week to wish him a happy Thanksgiving. And the Democrats can't even get it together for a class photo. Watch.
Here we are.
Thumbs up's only for winners, Chuck. Plus, the party's still a little cranky over the pardon. Binder had a harder time than usual today.
He wrestled with this. He wrestled with this. He wrestled with these circumstances. He laid out how he wrestled with this decision. He said this weekend, he wrestled with this. This weekend, why the president wrestled with this over the weekend, he wrestled with it. He wrestled with it. He wrestled with it and made this decision.
Hunter was getting a pardon the whole time. The only thing Biden wrestled with was how he was going to get it done once Kamala lost. They had a little deal that if Kamala won, she'd pardon Hunter so that Joe didn't have to. That would look more graceful and compassionate coming from her, and Biden wouldn't have had to go back on his word. But Trump won and made Biden pardon his son. And the Ragin' Cajun still not over this election.
The most tragic figure in American politics in my lifetime is President Biden. If he would have, in September of 2023, or August, said that he wasn't going to run, God, we would have won this election. And it wouldn't have been that close because we'd have had so many freaking talented people that were running. And he would be sitting here right now, getting ready to leave. On a high note, there would be naming commissions to figure out what we're going to name after him. I actually feel for Biden, and he knows that he f***ed up.
Democrats are moaning all over Washington that Biden set us back tremendously. Mark Halperin told us last night. At this point, Biden will probably get a bookmobile instead of an actual library. Donors have had it with Joe, and they're still calling Kamala and asking her, where'd the money go? Remember how Harris built a backdrop for the Call Her Daddy podcast that cost $100,000? Well, the Call Her Daddy girl says it was a ripoff, and Harris paid six figures for cardboard.
Apparently, you can tell me, they spent, meaning the Harris campaign spent like $100,000.
I did see
you
that.
know about this?
It's hilarious.
To build the studio.
Yeah, that's not true.
Not true. To make it look like it was the studio that you used in L.A.
My studio that is gorgeous in Los Angeles doesn't even cost six figures. So I don't know how cardboard walls could cost six figures, but.
But do you think they did that? I mean, you saw
Absolutely not. With love to them. Oh my God, it was gorgeous, but like, it wasn't that nice. It wasn't like gorgeous marble. Like, no, that was not six figures.
Meanwhile, vendors are complaining that Kamala's campaign stiffed them. She still owes millions. You only get paid if you're Al Sharpton. $500,000 went to the National Action Network. Black churches are calling for the Reverend to be suspended from MSNBC. They say Sharpton put a moral stain on the integrity of the black church. And Jon Stewart says the media punked themselves. Listen.
We appear to be in a transitional period where we are not sure about whether the ground we are standing on is solid, although the news media seems convinced that we are the roadrunner and the coyote has run over the cliff, and we just looked down and realized there's nothing under our feet, and now we are plunging to our deaths because the news media is always very circumspect. We don't know what's going to happen when Donald Trump takes over. Unfortunately, we can't see into the future, but we have to be prepared for all outcomes. I don't know how helpful it is to get us our pants this much this early.
Democrats are kicking dirt at Biden, Kamala, the media, the Rev. Tim Walz is just hiding in his garage.
Hey, everybody. Tim here. It's happy December, winter in Minnesota, so I am working in a garage that is somewhat heated. But I have a couple projects I was going to do. I have to show them to you. I got a 22-year-old little E-Series BMW, kind of a neat little car, but replacing the switches here. If you look on this on the middle console, this is the window switches you're looking at right there. And they just didn't work anymore. I didn't pull them up. They're kind of plug and play. You can buy that part for $30.
Some things you just can't fix. So Democrats are looking outside their party. Eric Adams might be MAGA curious.
Would you ever consider rejoining the GOP?
The party that's the most important for me is the American Party. I'm a part of the American Party. I love this country. This is the home of the free, the land of the brave.
And Doge is intriguing Fetterman.
I admire Mr. Musk. He has been involved in very important parts of American society, AI, SpaceX, and other kinds of things. Yes, he's on a different team, but that doesn't make me an enemy. I don't automatically going to become a critic. It's like, hey, he has made, he's made our economy and our nation better, and our politics are different, and I don't agree with some of the things that he might say, but that doesn't make him, like I said, an enemy.
What you're seeing is certain Democrat politicians clear the way for Trump's team to revolutionize D.C. His team of creators are going to build a new golden age. The billionaires and entrepreneurs are going to take AI, crypto, trade, and energy into the future. His team of destroyers are going to clean house at the FBI, DOJ, the Pentagon, all across the administrative state. Not destroying for the sake of destroying, just extinguishing the rot. This crew is all about helping you. J.D. Vance isn't tinkering under the hood like Tampon Tim. He's in North Carolina checking in on hurricane victims.
My simple message to the people of Appalachia is that we haven't forgotten you. We love you. We want you to have the best Christmas that you possibly can have, despite the circumstances. And I know that a lot of people in this neck of the woods feel left behind and forgotten. I just wanted to make them feel that their government leaders actually care about them, because we do. And certainly when this administration changes hands in the next 45 days, we're going to do everything that we can to help people rebuild, to get them back on their feet, to bring some commerce back to this area, but most importantly, to allow people to live in their homes and do what they need to do.
Biden's been handing out money to Africa, while Kamala's been drinking pina coladas in Hawaii. It's good to see JD remember the American people are still going through something with Hurricane Helene.